Hi, I'm Bob Voss, Director of Education for ProjectionSmart. And I also created the really coolest way of doing business planning. And it's so cool, I don't even use the word business plan anymore. I call it the proof plan. But that's a whole nother story. About 2.5 years ago, I met this guy named Roger Sherping. And he and his son had created a software program called ProjectionSmart. And ProjectionSmart was a program to help existing businesses always look forward. Most existing businesses know where they are at any given time and they can look backward, but there was not a software program for them to look forward. That's what ProjectionSmart is. So as I'm looking at this software and seeing how easy and simple it is to use, I said to Roger, I don't know how much I can help you. I'm a startup guy. I'm not an existing business guy. I have a lot of contacts in startup. I teach startup businesses all the time. Maybe you could create a startup version of ProjectionSmart. And that's exactly what he and his son did. And together, the three of us created another part of ProjectionSmart, which is just for startup businesses. Do you know how many businesses start every month in the United States? Well, according to the Kauffman Foundation, about 550,000 new businesses start every month in the United States. Every one of these 550,000 new businesses need ProjectionSmart at the starting point of the business. The number one fear that people have in starting a business, because I've taught this stuff for 20 years, I've taught over 1,000 people how to start businesses. The number one fear that they have is not fear of failure, it's fear of finances. And so the ProjectionSmart was designed to help you who have afraid of finances to get through this whole process easily and simply. There's 3 reasons why you want to use ProjectionSmart. The first reason, it's so easy. Roger and I were in a classroom one time at a chiropractic college that I teach at. There were 95 students in the class. They all had their iPads in front of them. And the first thing I did was I asked these students, and I said, how many of you in this class know a lot about financial stuff? How many of you are comfortable with financial projections or doing the finances for a new business? Out of the 95 people, you know how many raised their hands? 2. 2 people out of 95 were comfortable with financial projections. That meant the other 93 were like every other new business, they're scared of doing financials. So the first thing we did with these 95 people is we taught them the 5 questions that you have to answer to do financial projections. There's not 100 questions, there's just 5 questions you answer to build financial projections. So they started doing that. And then they started uploading their data or the answers to the questions into the software program. 95 people on their iPads loading up the data. And as we watch, and Roger and I walked around the room and watched them load this stuff up, we were amazed at how easy it was for even somebody who didn't know a lot about financials to start loading up the data. That is the first reason why every new business needs ProjectionSmart. It's so easy. But then there's a second reason, and the second reason is it's so fast. As the students loaded up the data and started working with ProjectionSmart, there's a roadblock or a toll booth, whatever we want to call it, and part of this. And if you can't get past that until you know you have enough money to go forward. So they were going to that, they were reaching the toll booth, projections weren't right, and they had to go back and readjust this stuff. And that was really cool. But here's what's neat. Of the 95 people that were in this class, the longest it took anybody to create their financial projections was about 45 minutes. The longest, the average was about 30 minutes. Now think of that. In 30 minutes, you have 2 years of financial projections ready to go. So the first reason every small business needs ProjectionSmart is that it's easy. The second reason is that it's fast. It's easy, it's fast. But there's a third reason, which is really the coolest part of ProjectionSmart. At the end of ProjectionSmart, you don't just get 2 years of financial projections. You get bank-ready and investor-ready finances that you can take to any bank or investor. You not only get a P&L, but you also get a cash flow statement, a balance sheet, which are the big 3 that everybody wants to see. And not only do you get the spreadsheets, you get charts and graphs that go along with it. In 45 minutes, you've created 2 years of financial projections and everything to take it to the bank. That's why I'm so in love with ProjectionSmart, and that's why I think every new business at startup mode needs ProjectionSmart to get them used to doing the finances for their business. Thanks for watching this video.